All right, man. Welcome back to the Stone Age podcast. Another episode, and with me, I have a wonderful guest, one of a lovely, lovely young chap, Louis Ochoa.
Hey,
What's up, buddy? How you been, man? How you been?
good man. Thanks for having me on. I
Right
appreciate
on,
it, man.
right on. Yeah, man. I've been having trouble with the intros.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how to like whether to introduce them. I've been trying to do the whole kind of let the conversation go,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then as the video goes, just kind of jump it in.
Right.
Originally, I was gonna have it where I slap the motherfucker as it come in.
Yeah.
That way I know if you watch the episode. You know,
Yeah.
if he allows me to slap him, you don't need to be like, what the fuck?
He's about it. Like
He's No, he hasn't seen it.
Oh
And
shit.
then I thought about it, was he gonna slap me back
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
You know, I ain't no punk bitch.
Right. Fucking woke up and fucking do the damn thing. Dude, no, thanks for having me. I feel like it's like one of those weird moments where we've always had conversations and like now it's like holy shit, we're in film and fucking like on record.
Yes.
You know. So
It makes a big difference, right?
yeah.
Like what I tell people is, how many times do you get actually invited to have a conversation? Right? Like if you get invited
Right.
to meet somewhere, it's usually you're gonna go fuck or something, right?
Right.
Or you're gonna go eat. Well,
Right.
you know, usually when I go meet up.
Right.
But or you're gonna go eat, or you're
Right.
gonna go have a beer. Just go to the bar and have a, you know.
Yeah, and there's like a
that's-
bunch of fucking noise.
yeah
And,
around you normally,
like,
right? But
yeah.
to have a conversation or to have a scenario where someone invites you, like, hey, just meet me here so we can talk.
right.
I think it's kind of
Right, and
even for me, it's kind of odd.
right, and like for us right now, it's like there's so much history that like has gone on, and then like for real, like I feel as though like there's an infinite amount of like possibilities that we can talk about, like topics ranging from like politics to fucking like Area 51 rushes,
Down
you
to
know,
football,
to
down to
football,
fucking-
like
Yeah.
and like
Oh no, but and it's funny though, because even though you have all those topics,
yeah.
and yet when it's tells you, okay, go, it's kind of like, what do I say? Which one do I bring up?
Yeah, like right now you just said action. I'm like, holy shit,
It brings
like,
up a
it's going
different,
down right
yeah,
now. Like,
it brings up a whole
fuck.
different view of what
Yeah.
what a conversation is.
Yeah, and you know what I'm interested right now is to know what the fuck is gonna happen, like in the back of me.
the
Like I
background?
hope it's like something that like is tropical, possibly, like because I want to be mellow about
Nah,
it.
like I told the
But
other dude, it's
I
gonna
think
be a
like if
neon
there's
dick.
riots,
Put
oh
your
my
neon
God.
dick point at you.
No, fuck that. No, I and then like I'm like trying to be like, okay, what is the background gonna be? So maybe I can play off that. And I'm hoping that it's like tropics and I could just be mellow about it. Because for real, dude, like I'm ready to even see like fucking riots, you know, kind of like go in the back of us and be like, holy shit, like
What's going on?
this is what's really happening right
Yeah,
now. Like,
yeah.
there's so many uprisings right now, but yet, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, let's be in the tropics right now and
Well, that's
just fucking, or be behind the fire, like fucking.
Like
the other
yeah.
episode was kind of killer like that.
Yeah,
I
just
was
kind of
holy
like a
shit, that's
campfire
cool.
kind of thing. Yeah, so that's the reason. That's the kind of concept I'm trying to go for with the whole, like, say the whole Stone Age. When it's like, what are you exactly doing?
Yeah.
Originally, I was gonna have it like where you weightlifting, working out, and you know shit like that.
Right.
But to be honest, I can't fake the funk that much. Cause I don't. I mean, I work out and shit, but I don't make it. It's not like a fucking life priority.
Oh.
Right? I'm
Okay,
saying it's,
yeah,
not, it's
yeah.
not like a life for me to make my whole program like you're working out or your whole thing's based on working out, right? So
Right. Like
essentially-
health and fitness.
Yeah,
and,
so I
right.
kind of want to make it that way, and at the same time, I feel like the Stone Age more represents of make your time. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, I feel as though like what you've done was really embody that like it's a stoned age where like
Yes.
a lot of people are smoking weed and like they're still functional and like we're all fucking great people.
inventing
Yeah,
shit.
you know, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like this society of like really great thinkers, but dude, can we smoke some weed a little bit like
Yeah.
before we bother? Like,
Yeah,
is that
that's
all
not a
right?
bad thing,
You know,
right?
and
It's
of
not-
course
it's
it's like so fucking like natural to do these things now. And I mean, even then, like there's still that like, oh
Taboo.
my God, like taboo back here. I'm like, man, like I remember when we were all kids, like trying to smoke weed and like smoking a bunch of it and then being like, dude, I am stoned out of my gore right now, but like it's like only because like I might get caught.
Yes.
You know, or like being fucking super stoned before like first period at your fucking, you know, high school fucking, you know, and it's like, dude, those were little risks that we took. And of course, dude, you can get fucking locked up in those moments, fucking blackballed and all this crazy shit that that would happen. And then now I'm like, oh yeah, like I totally smoke weed, like not a big
Yeah,
deal.
now
Like
it's like it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
not like nonchalant. Like it
You
just
might hear a few ums here and there, but it's because I'm fucking stoned,
yeah,
dude.
and that's what another
Who
thing
gives a
too. Like
shit?
my thing is like I'm a star. Okay, I smoke,
Yeah,
whatever, and then to
yeah.
make it seem like okay, to take that stigma away
Oh man.
from being oh you're just lazy, like you're just or stoners are lazy or stoners are this or stoners. Don't get me
Right,
wrong, I could be
right,
lazy,
right.
like I have my days and shit, but to sit there and be like oh, like this is all you do is just I smoke and I just watch TV and I eat, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's
I
the
feel as though
typical stoner life kind of thing.
right. I feel as though like society or like television has really fucking put that like on the, stoner culture that's really happening. And I'm like, dude, like I've been a functioning stoner from fucking day one. Like I can't deny that anymore. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have to be who I am now because it's like, well, dude, like there was a moment of like being so straight edge in front of people and having to present things. And then I'm like, dude, you know how I came up with that? I was fucking stoned. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
get
it's
out.
true.
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
some of
yeah.
the best ideas had ever come out was like, and being organized, of course, like to a T, but was because, yeah, man, like
Because you
I
get
was,
getting
I was blitzed, and I was
yeah.
fucking smoking weed. But yeah, I think like, there's so much that goes with that, with fucking the stigma, the fucking bullshit of like fucking relationships, where like, people think like, oh, you put that ahead of like everything. And I'm like, dude, like, for real, like, let's not like excuse the fact that maybe there's been trauma. Like maybe there's an ability to like, kind of
To cope.
get into that groove of like being a part of society. Because I mean, in all reality, man, like I know that I'm an outgoing person. I enjoy people. I enjoy like fucking having conversations, intelligent ones. But like truly, I feel as though when I was being able to smoke some weed, it just kind of brought those bridges or those stone walls that I had about like, what I was doing at that moment, and there comes a time where like, okay, of course, like I can't do it. Like I'm going to be in important fucking meetings right now where,
I
dude,
still
if I,
get pegged.
like,
I
and I've
still
done
get
that,
fucking
right? I've
pegged.
done that, bro.
And I
And
regret it
it's,
sometimes. Like shit, so
dude,
much.
I swear to God, bro, like I would be like in the middle of a
Yes,
fucking,
officer.
there have been moments where I'm like thinking that it probably would enhance my ability to communicate with people if I was just stoned in that moment. And dude, I swear to God, I was like, oh man, like maybe if like I get stoned like 2 hours prior to my meeting, I'll be like,
Kind of on the
okay,
chill and
I'll be
shit.
chill and I'll be in my fucking groove of like what I,
I'm still a little
presented.
high, but
A
not.
little,
I still got the creativity,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm functional.
But like there was that one time when I was like just staring into the distance like a 1,000-yard glare, and I'm like,
Shit.
and they're like, so what's next? I'm like, oh yeah, no, fucking, we're good, right? Like just trying to
Try to catch up.
like
Yeah,
right,
yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah.
and it does like serve a purpose when you're being creative, you're like fucking like digging deep of like this like fucking new wave of dealing with technology, dealing with fucking like deadlines of like presenting like fucking cool shit, man. Like I think like overall, man, like and I take this from a page of like the 60s or like Mad Men, right? I love that show, right? So like in that show, like the most creative people, the most like engaging fucking like advertising that they had developed was through the fucking that department that was always getting stoned. And they're like, man, they're always coming up with the
Creativity.
dopest
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
greatest advertisements. And like they were penetrating like fucking, like society in such a way where they were, fucking having people buy shit, And I was like, man, like 60s rocked,
Well,
right? Like
the creativity you get all the. I mean, just
their
colors.
weed
Just
sucked, but
colors of yeah. But I mean, their weed suck. But compared to what a sober mind state would get you,
right,
any kind
right,
of any
right.
kind of enhancement of that
Yeah,
would totally just
yeah, exactly,
blow
right.
your mind,
It,
kind of stuff. You know what I
boom,
mean?
it's just fucking in your face, and like that's where like culture had been really like shape shifting to a whole
But that's
new.
another thing though. What do you say? So our parents' weed, right? It has to
Right.
say, your dad's weed, and that
Yeah,
wasn't that strong,
yeah.
man. whatever. So technically it wasn't.
Yeah.
Now you got some straight killer strains and shit.
Oh my
you know what
God.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll be smoking on shit. We smoking on that stuff that killed Kennedy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Blues
Oh my
Head
God.
Ralph.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude.
But so you get that, right?
Yeah.
And then you compare it, and then you get kids now doing it younger, so they play the devil's advocate kind of thing. So you do have the benefits of its creativity, take the taboo away from it.
Right.
But then I think too, there's still we still gotta show the negativity aspect of it too as well.
It's very true.
To show that, like, I mean, because what is it? What is it? Your cerebral cortex
Right.
doesn't even develop until you're 25, right?
Okay.
Knowing that now, if I would have changed my smoking habits from a youngster, being like, I mean, because I started.
Are you for real? Like, you would have done that? Like,
if I would have known, being conscious of it,
okay.
knowing that, like,
Okay.
I've always said to myself, like, oh man, you're smart. Or not toot your own horn or anything, right?
Right.
But you should have that kind of confidence in yourself in general.
Yeah.
So you say, oh man, you're smart, man. Imagine if you didn't do that. That's what I've always had in my head.
Right.
So imagine if you didn't do that.
Yeah.
But they say so it doesn't develop until you're about 25, and
right.
this and that.
Yeah.
But so now the kids are starting to do younger and younger.
Right.
And I'm starting to think more. It's more. Then you start to notice in the kids how they start to get more. I don't want to say lazy, but less ambition, I guess.
Like, I feel as though it is, of course, a double-edged sword. Like, there are people who fucking, like, want to escape, and, like, they're young right now, and, like, of course, like, this whole culture of, like, weed had already been around, and now they have access to it, like, at an early age, right? I mean, dude, chronic. And, like, of course, I've always, like, admired my fucking moments when I was young and smoking weed in high school and being like, this is the fucking chronic right here, like, White Widow, man. And it was like, that was a rarity, and like,
and now you get shit on.
Dude, now, oh my God, like, I mean, like, I'm a micro, I do microdosing. Like, I prefer to, puff on something and then, boom, like, there it is. I'm where I need to be, but I feel like as though, like, there is this, like, misconception of, like, people who smoke a little bit versus those who smoke a whole lot. And, like, I'm like, dude, quit burning your weed. Like, that, I mean, true. That's what I feel.
Me personally, I burn.
Oh my God.
Like, me personally, like, well, it all depends. It all depends.
Yeah.
It all depends.
I mean, I feel like it's like, maybe perhaps I'm from around people, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm blazing this fucking fat blunt. And it's like, dude, that's cool, right? But, like, dude, if I'm alone, like,
you smoke a
the
bowl or
fucking
something.
Pinners that I roll, like, are almost laughable.
Yeah.
They're like, holy shit. Like,
I think it's like, my bad. It's more of a the opportunity, the timing.
Yeah.
Because there is
for
times
sure.
where like
I'm not gonna blaze before this wedding, but I'm probably gonna fucking roll a little pinner.
Probably gonna hit the vape.
Yeah, probably gonna hit the vape. Be cool about it. Fucking hit the vape. And that's what's kind of interesting,
game changer, right?
Yeah,
so you get the
total
vape in
game
there.
changer.
So you got the vape in there. So now you got real discreet. So now you don't need like, okay, when I was a kid doing this shit,
right.
I was hiding behind fucking dumpsters and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was next to a dead hooker.
Oh my
you know
God.
what I mean? Like, she's fucking, you okay? I'm trying to smoke this weed and shit. Kicking her, see she's still alive. But you know what I mean? Like, just fucking around, like,
oh my God.
in bushes and shit, like trying to hide from like authorities or parents. And then we'll smoke, and then it's like, oh fuck, we got nowhere to go, bro. Cause we smell like weed, and I can't go home because my mom's there, my dad. So let's just chill out here and shit.
Yeah.
So now it turns into like more of an adventure. Now you're chilling outside. That's how I always kind of took it. Every time I did something, it turned into an adventure. And now you got the vape going on, and I goes, for we smoke in my room, player.
Oh,
we just stay inside. We just play video games all day, and then we just eat. I think there's a little bit of a downer to. It's like technology. As technology grows bigger and bigger, it gets softer.
Yeah.
The world around you kind of gets fucking nerfed.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah. Kind of gets, I mean,
that's a little soft. Like, people don't really want to do the work.
Yeah. Like,
It's so funny you bring that up. I'm like, dude, like, I find it so interesting that there's people right now with the ability to just reach out and like make something of themselves with all the technology that is available. But yet they're still like, dude, like, that's not my track. I just feel like,
I don't
like,
want to do it.
I don't want to do that. And they fall into this little fucking.
I don't like it. I don't know what I want to do.
But I think, if you just tried to like discover of like maybe some fucking like platform that says, hey man, it's as easy as click and drag. Like, if you really want to make a cool fucking video, or if you really want to make a like cool fucking blog, write it, and then put it here, and then we'll publish it. And there are so many great people with so much talent that I'm like, dude, don't cut yourself short. Don't be that guy that says, oh, well, I just don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to start it. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to
And
do.
again, we come back to like, dude,
square
I
one.
smoked the fucking joint to like learn the fuck out of that fucking platform
Yeah.
to get where I need to be. Where, hey, guess what? I got knowledge that perhaps you don't even want to dive into, and that's why you hire us. That's why fucking, you know, you do what you do best, but perhaps you don't got time on your hands to know
To actually,
what we,
go through it. Yeah,
yeah, go
yeah. Of
through
course,
it,
because you always
right?
hire a specialist.
Oh
or-
yeah, you know, and it's so funny because there's like these people that are like, oh, I'm fired up about this fucking, you know, like challenge, this program that like is gonna make me fucking millions. And dude, I've experienced that in the
like the quick rich
yes,
schemes
the quick
and shit.
rich
Yeah,
schemes.
they never, because
It-
it's no hard work behind it.
No, my God, no. And what they come to the conclusion of is, yes, it is hard work. Yes, it is dedication. Yes, it is past the 8 hours that you put into the.
I think that's what they learn, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming like during those crash courses of
Right.
how to become fucking rich. Is
Yes.
just, do the work.
Do the work.
Oh my
do the
God.
work. And then they stop short of themselves of like, well, I did the work, and I'm like, dude, there's a whole nother level of
challenge.
like
There's a whole
the
nother
whole
level.
nother challenge of bringing people to this, you know, to this platform that you
Yeah.
built to make you millions or to make you fucking, you know, rich. And dude, there's always some great idea that might have missed their opportunity. And I feel like that's what's great about like fleeting moments, fleeting fucking ideas. Like not great. I almost feel like fuck, man. Like some of the best fleeting moments that I mean, right now I can think about and being like, oh my God, that was $1 million idea, but oh shit, I forgot about it. Or like,
Oh,
I didn't, react and write.
You know, there's one time I have it's a strict. I mean, I don't know because you know memories are bullshit, right? Like
course,
they're
yeah.
like the hardest thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
But I remember one time, dude, like vividly. I was in the car driving to House of Pizza right here in San Jose. Delicious pizza, by the way.
I love it.
So we're on the way. It was me, like 3 other people, like a couple of my boys and shit. And we're driving. I remember being on the passenger side.
Okay.
And we're driving, man. We're stuck at a red light. And I get an idea in my head, bro. Like I get an idea in my head, and as I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking, "Fuck, that's a moneymaker." Like I swear, like I remember specifically, like vividly, like thinking,
Yeah.
"Fuck, that's a moneymaker." And as I was gonna say it to the group of car, like the group that I had in the car,
Yeah.
I got this crazy like pain, bro. Like fucking, like I shit you not, bro. Like I shit you not, like crazy, like
Oh fuck.
like a crack. That's the only way I could feel it, bro. Like it fucking
Okay.
crack.
Yeah.
Like right in the middle of my head doing it, I forgot the idea. It was fucking weird. And ever since that, and I tried to think like, fuck, what was it? What the fuck was it?
Oh, man.
And like never again. But I remember specifically having like straight crack and like, oh fuck, thinking that shit hurt. And then as I went back to like, I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck was it?
It'll always like not be
And
there.
then since then, dude, that was like, I was maybe like in 9th grade, bro.
Oh,
And
really?
to this day, I still remember like, dude, that was
like
weird.
yeah, when
Like
it
vividly,
yeah.
like at the corner, turning on the, right on the making a right on, I think, what is it, whatever, right out the street of fucking House of Pizza. I forgot what
Okay,
street
yeah,
it is.
yeah, Almaden. It's like old Almaden.
Yeah. So I was making that
there.
right, and right there, as soon as it hit me, I'm like, oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Yes, I was.
Okay.
But I just remember like vividly thinking, hey guys, crack. I'm like, oh shit, never mind. Like, and I just forgot. Like I kind of sat
Oh,
back,
wow.
like fuck, like what the hell was it? And
Oh,
it never
wow.
came back. Never. It just.
Yeah.
And if it's always been in the back of my mind, like I wonder what the fuck that was.
Yeah, and that's just it. Like, okay, so it's a fleeting moment. Like, it's a fleeting fucking, like idea that
You gotta grasp
like,
it.
and you gotta grasp it. Like, I mean, some of the best things that I've always like kind of observed of like geniuses that like boom, they just have it. It just comes to them. One of my favorite fucking authors is Philip K. Dick. And that guy, he made like Blade Runner. He like and do androids dream? I think is the title of the book that like
Nice.
is related to that movie. But like this guy, dude, like was prolific, right? He had an inspiration to the director. One of my favorite directors is he directed that Dazed and Confused. Fuck, man, I'm actually like fucking inebriated right now. So
No, what?
right.
So look up.
So
Who directed Days and Confused? Look
Dazed
that
and
up.
Confused was
He'll look it up right now.
yeah, Richard Linklater. Yes, yes. So, like, dude, like, he's obsessed with them. He talked a lot about like his discoveries and Philip K. Dick, dude. This guy like had all of these like fucking like moments where he was just compelled to write, and then one of them was like this one strange book that
Look at Nicolas Cage, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, fucking this guy. Yeah. So
Oh,
he's always in his movies. He's fucking. He does great and fucking. Days of Confused, a fucking like a pinnacle of
Put the
of
cover
a
of that.
genre.
I can't remember that movie.
Yeah, Days of Confused is like one of the like pinnacle fucking like genre movies that like really broke out a lot of these actors that
Oh,
we
yeah,
see
yeah,
now.
yeah, with fucking
Yeah, Ben
Sean Penn and
Affleck,
all that
fucking
shit?
yeah, all of them,
Yeah,
all of them.
okay.
So like, dude, like I've always had this like appreciation for his films ever since I was,
Yeah.
a kid. Of course, like I'm a big fucking movie buff, but like nobody knows about that shit. Of course, like I would prefer nobody knows about it because, like,
Fucking
dude, to
nerd.
name all of them, to
Fucking
be
nerd.
like, yeah, I watch a bunch of fucking movies and fucking to name every act, I'm like, dude,
Is that a guy thing?
I
Is that a guy thing? Because
it's,
I
of
don't think
course
I
it's a
don't think
guy.
that a lot of girls. Because every time we talk about something like you're around the ladies and shit, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dudes talk about
The
like
lady, yeah.
the dudes could like name a fucking scene like word for fucking word.
Yeah.
And the ladies always say fucking like, how do you guys remember all that? You know, like how do you guys?
And I it's profound. I think it really
think it's
like
an impact of it,
it's
right?
an impact of like of experiencing life in our shells and then seeing the acting out of like a movie scene, right? And then like kind of gravitating or having this like connection with it. But like so okay, going back to like Philip K. Dick, like this guy wrote a film that was he wrote a book that was like just flowing through him. Like I mean, like we were talking about fleeting thoughts. So for him, he just
Flow state.
yeah, flows. So boom, he starts writing and writing and writing and writing, and he wrote a book in like boom, like just a flash of a fucking moment. And like the strange part about this book is that like it's a fucking an award-winning book, great book. I mean, dude, I forget what book it is really, to be honest, but he
Look
ends
up
up
his books.
yeah, Philip K. Dick. He wrote this book, and then next it's like he goes to this party, and he ends up meeting this girl who says, "Hey, like that book that you wrote was like very similar to my life. Like my boyfriend is named that same character in that book. My name is that same character in that book," and he had never met them ever, and then he goes on like leaves that party or whatever, and then like a couple of days later he ends up like running into this guy who like it's at a gas station or whatever. This Philip K. Dick, he would never fucking approach anyone, right? So he sees this guy and he's kind of coming towards him, and like he in any sense of it, he would have turned around, got in his car and said, "Okay, I'm out. I don't need to meet this person. He's coming at me at his like fucking middle of the night gas station." So he ends up approaching this guy saying, "Hey, how's it going?" The guy says, "I just ran out of gas and, I need some help." So right then and there, he realizes everything that's happening is in his book. So he starts to kind of flip out a little bit. And then like, of course, he's like, here's $5. Here's like, $10, gives him cash. And then he leaves, right? And then he realizes getting home, he's like, oh man, like fucking, that guy really needed gas. I probably should go back and then go, help him get gas.
Yeah, actually check.
So he goes to this fucking crazy situation where he realizes that like there is something more to the book that he wrote that is really in like transcending into his real life.
So would it
And
be
mind
that
you,
he-
like this guy's made sci-fi fucking great fucking like
So would it be that he's manifesting it to become true? Or that it was true already and it happened to be
right.
he reached in the same kind of wavelength, like that wavelength is some kind of like, I don't want to say dimension and shit, but
You say that, right? And interestingly enough, he believes in like demonology and like fucking these crazy little
Interdimension
yeah,
demons
and then like he's like, oh man, like
black helicopters.
that's crazy, right? So he ends up going to meet a priest, right? And he's like, dude, like, this has been happening, fucking, what the fuck? And then next you know, dude, the priest is like, dude, what you're describing is the book of Acts. And that book is in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he's describing to him what like his book is about, and then his experiences, and of course what had happened in the book of Acts, which is parallel to what he had been fucking doing. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting this secondhand because I watched the film from Richard Linklater that is called A Waking Life. If you guys are all about like, movie buffs, and like you haven't experienced the 90s or fucking, even at that, like I think the movie that I'm talking about as far as Waking Life came out in 2002. So like it's this really fucking strange movie about like him filming people saying intelligent, crazy, cool shit, but like it's like it's a cartoon. Yeah, it's a cartoon. So it's really rad. So like, dude, like if you're ever fucking into psychedelics, like you watch you
into the see again, but it goes back into the creativity that part. Right? So you get the Stone Age, and then but I'm thinking my whole thing is that you're getting stoned from everything. So even all that creativity is coming from like the 60s and 70s. It's not just weed. It's just the fucking acid, the fucking shrooms, the fucking
the culture because the music that we hear, like even when we are stoned and like we fucking listen to great music, we're like, oh man, that was a really good album and it came out like fucking recently. Dude, these are all like musicians and influences that came before us that like they've been making music for fucking decades, and it's just transcending more and more, being more impactful. So like that's why you see a lot of people trying to be strange in fucking their music career, and I'm like, oh my god, I get it. Like it's almost cliche,
but it's a cycle, right?
It is a cycle.
It turns into it always turns into the same cycle. It turns into a super rugged or something, and it goes super clean, and it goes into the music, especially with music.
Oh man,
it turns in because I mean, shit, you had your lyricists, whatever, and you have your mumble raps or whatever. Then you have even. Well, I think the only thing that doesn't really change is R&B.
R&B is funny the way it is.
R&B is more pop now, right?
Yeah, it's pop, and we're since we're going in that direction and like realizing that like it's a blend and a remix culture,
And this fucking remix to the fucking See, okay, my thing. I've been telling people that I think people. I don't know what it is. Because it's either one of the two. People are running out of ideas. The people are like ahead of it. Like
producers
and shit. Like main people in charge of
A&Rs, assholes.
Like they're running out of ideas.
Yeah.
Or it's the people. So many people are willing to listen to it. Like like how I said it before. I don't know who the fuck I was talking to, but it turns into like they run analytics. They run the statistics and shit. What people like, and they like it when fucking Beyonce does this and. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we must make this music because that's what essentially that's what they want.
Yeah.
Like who was it? It's what they fucking want. So like who was it? Fucking Damon Dash or who the fuck? One of those fools. They asked them, "What do you think about the female rappers nowadays?" And he said, "What?" And he goes, honestly, I don't like it because all it is strippers rapping."
Wow.
That's all it is. He goes, because I guess he brought up the Brat. He's the one. He was behind the Brat.
Right.
He goes, so the Brat came up, and she was the one that really made it good for all you girls to come up.
Right.
Because she actually came up with bars, and she was actually
Yeah.
She goes nowadays.
And all respect to her for sure.
Oh yeah. She goes
hip-hop legend.
It was like a lyricist kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he goes nowadays it's just girls talking about their pussies and talking about getting fucked.
And what's interesting, it does like have this journey from like Queen Latifah.
Empowerment.
Right, to empowerment, because like that's where it all grew up from. Like hip hop is
hip-hop in general.
Is about like empowering the poverty, and it came from like a poverty-stricken fucking universe in Brooklyn, and like and dude, like that was a way of expression of the oppression that people were feeling at that moment, being in the hood, being fucking in these projects where they didn't have anything, and like that's where you have like people fucking, oh man, if I'm forgetting about the guy, I apologize. Like he says like people pissing in the stairs and they just don't care.
Curtis Blow.
Yeah, Curtis Blow, and that was like the first
Right
real.
off the bat, Curtis
You know
Blow.
what I mean? Yeah, right. And like so, like Queen Latifah, and then you mentioned the Brat, and I'm like, dude, Foxy Brown was the one to actually introduce that like type of stripper rap.
Yeah, the
You know,
sexualness.
yeah, you're right.
Because before the female was like, I'm hard too. Or,
yeah.
or not even hard, but I'm smart. I'm streets. I'm aware of what's
Yep.
going on. And then it turned into, I think she sold that mainstream.
Yeah, and Foxy Brown, she was hot.
Yeah.
Like, dude, fuck, bro. Like, I remember.
And then Little Kim came around.
Exactly.
And that turned into like you know what I'm saying,
full blown fucking stripper fucking music video. You're like, I'm entertained. I'm entertained.
Yeah, and it turns into that.
Yeah.
Oh no, but okay, what I was saying though, so then Cardi B comes out.
Right.
And I can't stand her. I don't
Really?
I can't stand her.
Wow.
I can't stand her. It just because I agree with Dave and Dash. I agree with it. I feel like the female on the radio.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
Yeah.
just popping my pussy and just check out my ass.
Yeah.
Real basic raps.
Yeah.
It just happens to be she's hot, and she has a little attitude.
Oh my god, she looks like fucking like that dinosaur in The Land Before Time, the little girl one, like. Dude, big old nut.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, like I
Ducky,
can't get that out of my head. I think I've seen a meme, obviously. So like,
not Ducky, is it Ducky?
Is it Ducky? Like that? Like she looks like the little fucking the one.
Sarah.
Yeah.
No, Sarah's the Sarah. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this one.
Ducky.
She looks like fucking her, and that was the meme I had seen. I was like, oh my god, there was the recollection there, and dude. Fucking praise to all those who make memes. I mean, that is fucking gold. Like,
awesome.
And fucking hey, man, like the culture that we're living in right now with having references to even just this. But like, it's interesting. I'm smiling this whole time because you're bringing this up. You're like, dude, fucking Cardi B, like, oh my god. And like, I was like, actually, like, thrilled a little bit to hear some like gutter, like a little bit of that gutter shit that she was like. These are bloody shoes. Like, that to me is like an epic fucking lyric, to be honest. Like, in the sense of like, she's ready to stomp on you. You know what I'm saying? And make these fucking
double entendre.
You know what I'm saying?
You get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but it just for me, it just super like. I mean, of course, like what did it say? Even a dead clock is right twice a day.
Oh shit! Yeah,
right. So of course you're gonna get. Oh shit! She got a good write. She got a good lyric this time. Or she had a nice little bar and shit.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is so basic though. Like if you would have gave it to any, like all it is they picked out the best stripper that had the best delivery. They just who has the best delivery? Oh, that girl. Boom.
And okay, so we're going into that, right? And it's like, okay, we can take it a step deeper and saying, oh my god, like, what about that moment, like perhaps maybe a few months ago, where she was getting caught slipping about like. What she was doing in her past life as a stripper.
Oh, robbing fools?
And robbing fools,
Did she get in trouble too for that? For like
Hell,
getting in
dude,
or some shit?
No, come on, bro. They said, let's put that under the rug. She's still making money.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and that's what it was.
Happened to her.
Bro, and that's what's interesting is like, no man can be like, oh, me too. Like, fucking, I got robbed by a stripper.
Fuck
and,
no.
And instead, what they're...
How come they don't use the hashtag #MeToo on her or something?
Oh,
because no one believes that a man's in danger.
It was like maybe 3 days, 4 days of her getting heat, right? And she was like, fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to dodge? And I'm sure her PR is like, it'll die down. Don't worry about it.
You're a girl.
It's your girl. And like, you had to survive. And these guys are like, I got fucking robbed. Like, what the fuck? Like, but dude,
no one feels sorry.
Yeah, no one feels sorry for a man who's in a strip club. From what I understand, he was married or like.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm pretty sure they're all married.
You're asking for it.
No one feels sorry for you,
dude.
like,
Nobody does, bro. You're a man, you know. And
it's like the same thing when you go, like the school teachers, they're just fucking sucking off 14-year-olds and
shit, bro.
Right, so they're just sucking everyone off. I don't know where the
just
fuck I was at.
Just going to town.
I don't know where I was at. I was fucking 5th grade and shit.
Oh man,
Jesus.
Like. Dude, and that's like almost like a paradox now. Like you see it in the news, and you're like, well, what's gonna happen next? And you're like, oh fuck! Like at first they were getting like, dude, they were getting 15 years, fucking 20 years to life, and dude,
one got 10.
Dude,
one got 10 in Arkansas, like maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Dude, and then I think I seen one recently.
She got 10 years probation.
Probation.
But the other one got 10
Probation.
years of like actual jail time.
Oh my gosh! Like what? Okay, how do you judge a heinous fucking event? Like, oh, she was fucking like the whole fucking football team was there. Oh, you know what, dude? She was just like she was manipulated by and
By a 13-year-old?
by a 13-year-old. Like, dude, are you kidding me right now? With like all this fucking
See,
like
but if you were to switch roles now,
misbehavior.
now it's a 13-year-old girl with
Oh
a
my
30-year-old
god,
man.
bro. Yeah, no, that's
See, but
and like
do you, but you
no.
get what I'm saying though?
Exactly,
'Cause
and that goes for women too. Like,
yeah, with the but yeah, because women would
I'm
be
being
like,
conscious about it, but yeah, for sure, right? Like,
and
like,
I'll say like I find that disgusting. But the
oh
other
my
way
God,
around,
like-
I'll be giving my son
dude, and that's what's happening is like it's a man culture right now. There's this ability to congratulate like bad behavior, and then like shun like bad behavior, and it's just like that big fucking gray line that like it's not
In
fair for
between.
anyone. Like
Yeah.
it's like a culture of almost like fucking priesthood or some shit like that, where like fucking like this fucking bullshit that's happening right now with fucking like priests. Like, dude, don't get me started. Like,
Oh,
I
okay,
just
yeah.
can't fucking like I can't fathom religion right now. I cannot like fucking like agree with it. Like, I grew up in like this, Christian community, but I've always felt this ability to be like, dude, like, why is it that like there's this fucking dark entity that like
I think because it's an old establishment.
and that's what's fucking shitty
An old
about it. Like,
organization.
moving on, dude. Moving on from this bullshit that's happening in current events with fucking the Vatican and fucking all this bullshit that's been happening. Like, dude, there's Netflix specials all day long. Like,
About
you want to get
fucking
scared?
kids getting
You
raped all
really
the
want to
time.
get fucking scared? Go to fucking Netflix fucking documentaries, and trust me, dude, you can click through all of them, and you're gonna fucking
So
like want to go into a cave and live fucking off the fat of the land. I don't, dude. That shit is
So
scary as fuck.
So consider.
Oh my God.
So I always thought about stuff like that, right? So stuff like that has always been in the norm, I think, right? Pedophilia
Yeah. Oh my God.
in ancient times and shit.
Yeah.
The Romans did it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's always been considered
yeah.
somewhat good, and then it switched.
And
it turned it.
and movies never, depict that history
Oh no, never
correctly.
never.
Like,
Fuck no.
dude,
Mexico,
fuck that.
Mexico, they don't allow the pedophilia, but they allow a fucking 30-year-old to go with like 15 years old, 14. You know what I mean? Like, I think 14 is like probably the least.
Dude,
Their
like-
motto is like, if it bleeds, it gets stuck. You know what I
and
mean?
let's not front about like fucking like the behavior of fucking of those who are, what is it called when you can marry multiple women and like you're in this polygamy, right? Like those little fucking like you're
Mormons and shit?
in Mormons, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, like, get the fuck out. You're really gonna dive into this fucking like controlled fucking religion and then think it's okay to fucking listen to a guy who fucking dove into his fucking, he put his head into the dirt and said he communicated with God and said, I've discovered the fucking lost
seed
fucking,
plates and shit.
the lost scrolls of Jesus Christ. And it's going to be in America when he comes back. I'm like, dude, you couldn't be further from the truth. But apparently you got all these fucking assholes that are ready to follow you.
Well, okay. I think there's so many people. Like, okay, that's another. Okay, so to kind of
Brainwash.
to kind of switch it over, right? There's one thing that's been bothering me lately. When I say what bothers me, like a lot of people can't see like the bigger picture of things.
Of course, right.
Like it amazes me how you think, how you would personally think. I think that way, so I think someone else should kind of think that way.
Yeah.
Right? Like you think, oh, it's common sense, but
Right.
what common is not so common. You know what I'm saying? So I think now you're always gonna have people who are very eager to join shit.
Right,
You're always gonna have
right.
people that are eager to be part of something, right?
Right,
So I
right.
think that's where you do get religions and cults
Right.
and you have everything because it makes them feel like they have a purpose. So you're always gonna have that.
Wow,
You're
right.
always gonna, and then the people that don't have that, right? Say the people, I don't believe in religion. I'm an atheist. but they use atheism as a religion because now it goes, nah, if you're atheist, you must believe this, 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 and this.
Right.
And this is the rules that you follow, so therefore you are atheist.
Right.
Oh, I'm not atheist. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe any of that. But I'm a Democrat. And they take
Get the
it,
fuck out.
right?
Yeah.
But they use the Democratic point as if there's a religion. Oh, I'm a Republican. So now you use.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You're using everything. So I think human beings, I think they're meant to be in a tribe. I think since ancient times, and shit, they're meant to be in a tribe, right? So that's why it's so easy for people to fall into tribalistic, the lizard brain instinct to say, you know, fuck yeah, I'm team me. The mob mentality. If
Salute.
Right. If the mob mentality is if I go out right now and I break a window, you two are like, what the fuck, this was crazy. Right. But if there's 50 of us breaking windows, you're like, well, I'm gonna fucking join this shit.
Right.
So that's the mob mentality. So people like to join something.
Yeah, and you know, when we involve like hierarchy, like kingship, and like courtship, and all these people who have like fucking,
for that,
you know, like fucking dukes and like all these crazy things that go around, like, you know, like I said, kingship, you know. So what's interesting is to me is like dude, like this is something that has embedded in our DNA to perhaps like fucking like feel comfort in the fact that we are all alone, and we don't want to feel that way. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't want to feel like alone at all. Like we don't want to feel even responsibility, right? And then like, dude, it's as easy as the way it's going down right now, where the king stands on his fucking, you know, his fucking. Oh, if
you look at the presidential shit.
Yeah, and he stands on his fucking, you know, his balcony, and he's looking at, like, you know, both left and right, and he's like, those with the pitchforks are against those who have the torches. Mm-hmm. And those with the pitchforks are worried that those with the torches are going to take away their pitchforks.
And vice versa. Yeah.
So that's an age of confusion. Mm-hmm. And that's like something that boggles me till this day, because I'm like, man, freedom is like so obscure now. Like it's how much freedom do you have if you're fucking looking at your fucking phone, if you're fucking attached to what people think of you and what you want in life, and then having to like transcend this like this feeling of like importance, you know, of like, hey, like look at what I'm doing, you know, hey, like look what's coming up, you know, look at what I'm gonna be doing.
Well, because people get addicted because you get dopamine from it.
Oh my god,
because you get the dopamine from it. So Instagram is gonna do. They're implementing a new thing where you can't see people's followers or likes.
Interesting.
Right, you can see it on your shit, but other people can't.
All those Instagram whores are gonna have to get real jobs.
They're
gonna have to get real jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, don't jump to the conclusion that you have to be a stripper. Don't jump to the conclusion that your life is gonna. Off. Yeah, like, dude, don't do that. Like, life goes on after Instagram. Like.
Just without filters.
Yeah, without filters, and be real with yourself. Like, I mean, dude, I admire like great lyricism, you know, that says like, you know, give me some stretch marks, and like it was
I think I heard something.
What was it?
Who the fuck was that? Yeah, but pretty much give me all the flaws that a woman. Yes. What comes with the woman.
Yes.
Instead of having that fucking.
Yeah, there's a pure nature in that, like of like.
Having flaws.
You know, and you know, dude, that makes everybody unique in all the sense of it. Like, you know, like, I don't want to tell the story of like, you know, when I met this person who had a disability and be like, oh my god, I was inspired by that, because that's fucking lame.
And they shouldn't have.
That's fucking lame as fuck.
By like what's around you.
Yeah, you should just already be in awe. And you should be in a fucking space of wonder.
So that brings me back
because life is beautiful like that.
So that brings me back to how we were saying earlier with the youngsters, right?
Yeah.
And then how like they want to do something, but then in the end, they don't have that last final drive to actually get it started, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking that it has to do with for one, like information overload.
Right.
Right. You have so much information, so much easy. Like I think back in the days it was easier. Like you're gonna be a mechanic. oh fuck, I'm gonna be a mechanic.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a fucking engineer. I'm gonna be. You're gonna be a doctor. You know, like the old timey fucking jobs and shit.
Totally reminds me of like
Fucking old-timey
Interstellar.
jobs and shit.
Have you seen that movie Interstellar?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god, you're kidding me.
I haven't. And I keep.
Right?
keep
Like, you serious?
Yeah.
Dude,
You just described the whole
okay,
fucking
bro.
plot.
Oh my god, okay, so like...
Wait, you mean they copy my movie? No, fuck.
With
like
dude,
digging
like,
like,
fucking,
I'm over here.
No, it's
dicking over here.
what's his name? He directed fucking Batman 2. He was the one that made Interstellar.
Tim Burton?
No, are you kidding? Dude.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, brother. Christopher Nolan. So, like, okay, that guy's a fucking...
Love that guy.
Oh, that guy's a genius, bro. And he's, like, forever embedded in my fucking brain. And him and fucking his no, it's not his brother. His composer is Hans Zimmer. Oh, fucking...
Super Nazi. Fuck. Oh, no.
What a
Super
dick.
Nazi.
No, bro. This guy, bro, he... Okay, you can make a movie. You can make scenes, but without the fucking music,
Oh, yeah.
the drama is in the music that just compels you to be like, okay, I think I'm gonna cry right now. Like,
See, but okay,
or I'm
but-
gonna fucking feel like, oh, like you know. It's,
But you know what? But I think more scenes, right? More scenes.
Right.
I think the stronger scene is when they don't have the music, and then you get that shot.
Really?
Like you get a Stanley Kubrick, right? You get a Quentin Tarantino.
Okay.
Right? Because the brain works in different things, right? So
Right,
if I play.
Yeah,
Automatically you're fucking I'm a downer.
I'm somber.
Oh, so if
Yeah.
I play, oh
Oh my god, something's coming around the corner.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you get that feeling, right? I'm scared. I'm frightened. I'm about to get raped. I
Fearful,
don't know
yeah,
what's going on, right?
yeah.
You don't know what's going on. But with that scene, there's nothing coming in, and you get a nice little angle. What the fuck's going on?
Right.
And you still feel it. You still feel that fear that dude's walking
Yeah.
in through a fucking alley. Like, oh shit, what's going on? Right?
A dark alley.
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hell of a scene, right there.
So that brings up a little fucking side thing. Like, who would you not want to run into in a dark alley? Mike Tyson.
Humans?
Fuck that. Like, if I had like everything to lose,
Like a living person?
If I had everything to lose and I was ready to rob somebody, like,
Nice though.
bro, but I was ready to rob
Pro
somebody.
cop.
I was
Pro
ready to
cop.
rob somebody in a dark alley. I would not want to run into like Mike Tyson. Like that guy's.
Or like you're gonna rob him?
Yeah, I'm gonna rob him.
Pro
He
cop.
would.
You rob me, Lewis? You silly, Lewis.
And like,
Take a right.
okay, so all right, who would you not want to run into in a dark alley?
Humans alive? Someone's scary, huh? Fuck, I don't know. Crow
Like
cop?
it can be
Crow cop?
anybody. It can literally be anybody.
Cardi B, dog.
Yeah, right.
Cardi B singing.
Dude, I think like okay, like
Nah,
if
you know,
I-
in that case, like a fucking serial killer, bro. Like fucking, like Ed Gein or some shit.
like Ted Bundy type of deal.
Nah, actually, not. I'll probably whoop his ass.
I mean, I would
To be real,
yeah,
Ted Bundy
like,
could get in
I
the
would make
car.
him more
What's
angry.
up,
If
fool?
I'd beat the motherfucker's ass, like for
I
real.
mean, that's why they attacked like gay dudes and women.
But like, dude, like that's just it, right? Because
Right.
they do, because they're fucking. That's the
More
only
vulnerable,
fucking.
I guess.
You
No
know,
offense.
they're more like they have that ability to like strong arm that or whatever. And like, dude, like,
I'll whoop his ass.
oh my god, like, dude. But I think I heard that as a joke one time, where like you wouldn't want to run into like Mike Tyson in a dark alley, like you know, that's just it. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
run
yeah.
into that motherfucker, and you're like, give me your wallet, boom, 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 just getting rocked, right? And like,
Crow
fuck,
cop, bro.
that was the
Look at Crow Cop, UFC fighter.
oh
Yeah, that fool's fucking straight
Oh,
Russian
man.
KGB motherfucker.
yeah.
So when he gets in there, that's what's funny. Like, who was it? Vandalay Silva? He used to have a stare down.
Oh
He
yeah,
used to stare motherfuckers down, but like he had the most intimidating thing. And then they had him face fucking Crow Cop.
yeah.
And Crow Cop was just staring him down, bro. Like you can just tell Crow Cop he's murdered people, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
In his past
yeah, no,
life, he
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
No,
fucking KGB agent.
He's Croatian.
Oh, Croatian? Oh,
He's
yeah,
part of
the guy.
He's an actual fucking killer.
Yeah.
Like he's an actual
Right?
killer.
Like, he's at the head of the table when fucking shit goes down.
You want Putin there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking,
Okay.
they're plotting fucking to take over the world, and that guy's at the
You
table.
want the American dead? Okay, I'll kill the American.
I kill. It's
kill the
it's
American.
nothing. It's nothing.
But
No,
yeah,
and,
yeah, right.
and you know, like that,
Fucking dumb.
like
See,
that's
that's
what's.
how you're gonna get head kicked, bro. Right in the fucking head, right in the alley.
Oh my god.
My hands are here.
Oh,
My
bro.
hands are here.
Oh, Oh,
Smell it.
bro, that's K1 too. That was the
Coca.
ruthless shit. It was a
Coca.
Oh, just take a
Coca.
take a
That's what
seat.
it says. Coca.
Go crap.
Oh man.
Fixie Coca.
Tell my boy Brendan Schaub knocked his ass up.
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean,
But no, but honestly, all being it, I guess. Man, that's kind of hard. Well, because it depends. Because if you're just saying
Okay.
ability
yeah,
wise,
ability. Yeah.
Tyson can
Like,
knock you out.
what about like? Okay, so like, let's just say you've gone down that path of like darkness, and you're like, fuck, man, like, I gotta really fucking like make ends meet. Like, I gotta fucking rob somebody in this dark alley, and then you run into fucking like.
Brock Lesnar or Mike
oh no,
Tyson.
no. What if you run into like fucking like Kim Kardashian's like stepdad or what's her name, like
Caitlyn?
Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah, what about her?
What would happen then?
Robin.
You would rob him?
Bro.
You know that guy's like a fucking like an Olympian, right? Like he'll still fuck you up.
Kick him right in the nuts.
You don't have
He's nothing here.
Joke's on you.
Boom! Just a fucking.
Well, you were not going to outrun him.
No, you're not gonna definitely. You take off with this fucking purse and you're like, I'm out, and like he catches you like a half a
Hikes up
block
his
later.
dress. Motherfucker.
Fucking heels are gone. It's fucking.
Takes off his size 13 heel.
Oh my gosh, give me my shit back. Fucking, I had my phone in there.
Taking me by the neck.
Oh my god, bro. And that's just it. Like, dude, you never know what you're gonna run into, right? So, like, all right. So I thought I knew downtown San Jose. Like, I mean, fuck. Like, I grew up there. I fucking run the little streets as a kid, and fucking like I seen some crazy shit in my day. But then I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I grow up, have a family. I don't hang out there. I fucking end up like, in Campbell or whatever, fucking Willow Glen, shit like that. Like, I feel like as though like it's a change of pace. But like in my experience in the last maybe like 4 months of being back in downtown, I was like, what the fuck?
Is this?
Dude, there is no holds bar for a fucking like a crazy person to be like nudging you like to try to get money, and they're just bleeding
Oh, you're.
off the side. And,
yeah.
and like
You're rubbing elbows. With,
yeah, and
with,
I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to get fucking Starbucks.
With the
Like,
homeless.
and I'm just
the
tripping
homeless
the fuck
population. The
out.
homeless population is fucking crazy, right?
It's insane, dude.
So Trump was right.
Well, yeah, I
Oh.
mean,
But it is a fucking crazy fucking homeless population.
and okay, yeah, I agree, dude. There
And
is.
it's a
It's
trip.
been an upper. Where do they
Sorry
come
to interrupt
from?
you, but
What happens?
What's a trip is that they fucking bust them, bro. They fucking. Wait, go, Pastor Bruce here did this, man. What
No,
happens is they bust them in, dude. They fucking. I think.
Ooh, that's not gonna
I
work.
think Colorado. I think Colorado bust them in.
Angst.
Look up states busing or ship out
Cheers.
homeless.
Cheers.
States
They're
ship out.
busting them out?
They bust them out. They
Shut
give
the
them,
fuck up.
dude. They offer them money.
For real?
I swear to God, they offer them
Like
money.
that?
Yeah, they offer them money. They jump on a bus, and they hack them out. And even a lot of rehab centers too, bro. When they can't,
Oh,
when
shit.
they can't really deal with them no more, because
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Like, I mean,
So they'll give them money, and then they'll ship them out to like another side and shit.
so I mean, this is like me, like probably talking about something that, of course, it's something that we always get like third hand, right? But like, from what I understand, like California had stopped this like fucking this program of having like centers for those people who
homeless.
for homeless
Or
no,
for mentally disturbed.
yeah, the mentally what do they call it, 5150,
Oh,
like,
the loony bins.
the loony bins, right?
Oh yeah, Reagan took it off.
So ever since then, right? Ever
Yeah, he
since
went
then,
nuts.
there's been an overpopulation of like homeless, and of course
Mentally
the
ill homeless.
mentally ill, right?
Those are
because
scariest.
yeah, the scariest, right? And then they no longer have a place to go, and it's because of that, like, that fucking
Because of that law.
because of that law. So I'm just like finding it like, well, dude, like, of course, like, you're gonna find the
The lowest of
the lowest of the lowest, or people who just are not all there, and boom, you're done. So that's what's interesting, right? Is that brings us to this like fucking like experience that I had where I was walking, my son Evan, right? I was walking him to school, and we live like 2 blocks away. We're in Willow Glen. It's a privilege to live there and be able to like have great
good area.
schools. It's a
Yeah.
great area,
Yeah.
right? So like I'm like, oh my God, this is like a moment that I share with him like all the time. Like I
Yeah.
have a privilege to walk with him to school, and we're we're holding hands, going to school, walking across the street, and like out of all the days, right? Like, okay, I walk him, and we're across the street of walking towards his school. And as I'm walking across the street to get to this corner, there's another person crossing the street to get to his school, right? And I'm immediately like noticing this person, and this person has a mask on, like fucking like Batman,
mask
like a
and shit.
Joker mask
Yeah.
of sorts, right? Like straight up Bozo mask or whatever. And I'm like, holy shit, like, and they got a backpack on, and it was, dude, me and my son were literally fucking walking at the same time to cross the street to get to the same corner of the school. The school's like, in that fucking vicinity, right?
Yeah.
So we're walking across the street, and I'm like, I grab Evan tightly, and I walk way around him, right? Whoever it was. And of course, I fucking profile him like up and down, and I knew it was like a woman, right? But she had the back of her head shaved, so I was like, perhaps like she was Lokes, right? Like fucking straight West Side Hood, right? And I was like, holy shit! And dude, as we're crossing the street, my son's like, "Is that a bad guy?" And I'm like, holy fuck, like. Yes, Evan, it is. And I'm like, come with me. So we're walking across, and then, we're obviously on the same block now of the campus of the school, and they're walking, and they turn back at me, they look at me, and literally, bro, everybody's already in school already. So it's just me and Evan, like, looking at this fucking goddamn person. I'm like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? I hope it's not fucking something crazy, right? So exactly, worst case scenario comes to my mind. So I get around, and then like they're walking slowly, and they pass the school because I'm kind of like a little dragging it, you know what I'm saying? To be like, fuck, I'm not gonna fucking put him in the school to fucking so that like he's cool. I'm like taking him with me out. I'm out. So like, I see them, like I see her like keep walking past the school, and they get into that neighborhood where all the the houses are at. And I'm like, okay, we get into the principal's office, and Evan's just looking at me like, what are you gonna do, Dad? Like, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I tell the principal, I tell the secretaries who are there, I'm like, hey, dude, you might want to be careful. Fucking put this shit on lockdown. Not like in those words, but I was like, there's a person out there with a mask on, and you need to call the cops. And then like some kid runs into the, like, it's almost like this. Some kid runs into the office like, there's a guy with the mask on. And like, I'm like, see, fucking, I'm obviously not the first person to say this. They must have seen it through the window. And then Evan's like, looking at me, dude, like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, Evan, I need you to stay here. I'm going to go check on that person to make sure they're nowhere near the school. And the last thing I hear from this, 4-year-old going to preschool, be careful, Dad. I love you. Bro, that was the most realist moment for me in ever.
Yeah.
So I go out, leave him there with, the staff, and he just looks at me, and I go out the door, and I'm like, I gotta make sure everything's cool, right? Go out to the street, I see that person, and they're like in that neighborhood, like, but still within that like eye range. I could see them, and I'd say maybe like 100 yards, right? But they still have the fucking mask on, and they're digging through their fucking backpack, like digging through their backpack, and I'm like, on the phone, like, oh my God, when are you gonna bring cops over here? I would imagine fucking just a swarm of them, like in the movies, and then literally nothing happened, right? Boom, fucking nothing happened. I'm warning his teacher to be like, get in lockdown, I come back, because they leave, they make a left in this neighborhood. So I'm like, fuck, you know, like, I can't see them anymore. So I'm a little worried, but like not that worried because I'm like, you know, somebody who's as ruthless as they probably already fucking doing this one.
More methodical
fucking,
about
you know,
it
more
too.
methodical. And I'm like, well, fuck.
You know what? But that okay, we're finished. No,
yeah, and like, okay, so like, you know, boom, like fucking, the episode is done, and I take Evan. I'm like, dude, you're not staying here. Like, we're going home, right?
Especially after that.
And then like, next thing you know, we're walking through that neighborhood a little bit, and then I see a cop, and I wave him down. I'm like, hey, like, are you guys here to pick somebody up? Like, and dude, literally, bro, dude, I was expecting that a little bit because I'm moving them down, like I'm moving them down like a good citizen, like trying to be right, and right. Oh my god! And then like fucking like Evan's like, okay, like he's with me, right? And I'm like, hey, did you guys get that person? And dude, the cop that like fucking rolls down his window, he's like nonchalantly like, oh yeah, that guy. Oh, it was just a 5150.
Yeah, well, because they can't do nothing about it though. They can't take it to jail.
Dude, why would you have that attitude with me at that moment?
Oh yeah.
I'm like scared. Like
he's Jim. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Dude,
honestly, the thing is too with the cop issues too though, like. I feel for them. I feel for them because they go through so much shit. Like you know what I mean? Like
desensitized, perhaps.
Oh yeah. I mean, come on. Like how many times how many times have he got called in for that clown mask? Like that's fucking.
Yeah, well, he probably got called in for some worse shit.
No, I'm saying.
Right.
No, I'm saying for that clown mask, how many times you go, and then you get called in for the worst shit, and then you get called in for the clown mask again. You're like, well, fuck, dude, it's just the clown mask, dog. Chill the fuck out. Like that's.
Oh my god.
You start to get.
Yeah,
I mean, you start to get like, dude, calm down.
I guess we watch too much. I guess I watch too much TV. I guess like fucking like I've seen fucking the horror that happens in these like fucking schools. And,
oh yeah.
And
like, no, but it happened. Okay, no. So that was my point.
And I'm like, and then of course like I have this perception of like, dude, of course we have the best fucking police force on the planet. We're San Jose. Like we should. But I'm like, wait, right.
But we're humans. Cops are humans too, bro. So you're gonna have a shitty McDonald's worker. You're gonna have a shitty fucking taxi driver, and you're gonna have a shitty cop. You have shitty people everywhere. No matter how many training you do, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, you're still gonna have a shitty person. Yeah. You're still gonna have someone's corrupt. You know what I mean? Like you'll be a president and still be corrupt. You have the highest fucking place there is. So you're still gonna get shitty people. You know? But to say that like all cops or most cops are like that, that's not true. Because most then. Fucking everybody be getting fucking jacked.
I guess I have a lot of expectations of people. Like, it made me feel like I want you to care.
Because you have that authority, that higher up.
And that's like I almost feel like the DMV comes to mind. I'm like, wow, like.
But with the human though,
they just don't care.
but again, they go back to being human. They don't want to be there either. Like
imagine
that mundane.
Imagine the mundane of like 40 years of being like, fuck, I'm just looking forward to my retirement.
Go back to your son.
Yeah.
Like for them to say, "Oh, is that a bad guy?"
Yeah.
I wonder if he sees like a homeless, will he think that?
You know, dude, go ahead.
No, I personally think because he knows wearing a mask is associated with video games and movies as a bad guy.
Yes.
So if you're wearing a mask, not Halloween, you're bad guy.
And he'll bring it up every now and again. I'm like, dude, I was hoping that it would come out. Oh my god, bro! Like, dude, the guy is like a small genius that I can't even control anymore. Like. I just gotta give him like freedom, like do what you want, like invent. We were playing with robots the other day. He's like, dude, like he wanted it to clean his room. He wanted it to like do the most, and I was like, this robot's barely gonna do a dance for us right now. Like it's just the way it is. But dude, he brings it up, and I'm like, man, I just was hoping that it would be in the back of his fucking mind. Like in the lost.
It's gonna be something he brings up to this day. Like, oh man, I remember this crazy
time.
You know. No, but what I was gonna visually say though about the whole how you go into somewhere you kind of got to fear. You gotta kind of keep your eye open now.
Right. On a swivel. Your head's on a swivel.
Especially now that it happened, this whole Giveaway Festival kind of thing.
Oh my god, bro.
I was technically supposed to go.
No way.
We were supposed to either Saturday or Sunday. We're talking about it, like everything.
Really?
And Sunday was like, nah, it's too expensive. I pretty much said, nah, it's too expensive, dude. I'm not gonna spend like $15.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, literally, that's the reason why I did not go. I was like,
oh
that's
wow.
too expensive. I don't want to go. But what tripped me out though was it how it's the option, the freedom. Like, are you really free to do something?
Of course,
This showed me that we're not, because the amount of coverage and the amount of severity that people took it under.
Okay.
When it happened in Paris, right?
Right.
I know people who live.
It's
who
happened
live
a few times now in
but
Paris.
Check this out though. No, check this out though. When it happened in Paris, I know people who live here next
Okay.
door to me and shit.
Okay.
We're putting Paris. You know, I feel sorry for Paris. They're changing their profile pictures. They were doing the
Okay.
most.
Okay.
For,
Yeah.
Sorry, Paris. For
Yeah,
your
feeling
loss.
sympathy of the
Yes,
sorts. Right.
Which they should. Right.
Yeah.
But when something happened next door to them, literally in their backyard, literally 20
Right.
minutes from here, 20
Right.
minutes. If the motherfucker shot somewhere, you probably could have heard it if you're that close.
Right.
13-year-old dying, whatever, right?
Right.
Wasn't
my
covered.
gosh.
Wasn't covered.
Right.
But it wasn't like people living here. They didn't change their profile page. They didn't say think of garlic, think of Gilroy, pray for Gilroy,
Okay.
change your garlic.
Okay.
I didn't see a big picture of garlic.
Okay.
My thing
Right.
is, when that happens, is because social media and the news is telling you to feel sorry for Paris. It's telling because when they shot up Paris, they shot up Paris, right? I think they blew up. They blew
a couple
up
of times. A couple of times. There was a concert where
the van that ran over people.
The Eagles of Death or something was
Yeah,
performing,
yeah.
and then the cartoon the
cartoon shooting one.
Right.
Was that Canada?
No, that was Paris,
The
bro.
gay, okay, but yeah, the gay club.
That was the gay club in Orlando.
Because
that was
but because it had a
But in Paris, there was a few of them.
it had
like
a political
one,
stand though. The gay club here had a political stand. It had something political.
It was in Miami.
But it was at a gay club.
Yeah, Orlando.
So
Sorry
now,
about
so
that.
now you can
Sorry,
use that.
Orlando.
You can use that as a political pawn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Interesting.
what tripped me out, and that's when I started noticing, like, damn, this shit is just a fad.
Right.
It's just because, like, I'm telling you, people next door,
fad?
like, your family, it's a fad. Like, when people get upset, it's a fad.
Right.
That's what I think it's a fad.
So interestingly enough, right? Like, so I'm like really good friends now with with a friend of mine. He's from Gilroy. Michael Youngblood. Got you, man. You're the fucking man.
Youngblood Michael?
Yeah,
Hell of a
bro.
name.
Fucking for sure. And this guy, bro, he comes from Gilroy. He always says, like, if you're hanging out in fucking South San Jose, that's just North Gilroy. Like, he's like so diehard about it. I'm like, dude, this guy's really cool. So he like was there that Saturday, you know, and he was there that Sunday, and he had heard, he was a half a mile away from it, and he was like, man, like, you know, this is what's happening. He's like, and like I'm in the car with him like a day ago, and he's like, dude, what's sad is like, you know, dude, like my hometown is a fucking hashtag, like, and then like, dude, he goes, they say like Gilroy's strong, and he's like, motherfucker, we've always been strong, like, hardcore. You know, and I've always felt.
Is Gilroy.
Dude, no. You know what, dude? I've met people from Gilroy that know how to fight. Like, for real, bro. Like,
Yeah, and I met guys from
they
down the
can
street.
fucking box. Like, they will box you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not fucking here to fucking bring their homies in. They will go fucking toe to toe. And
I
I
know-
know what I know from Gilroy. They're diehards. Fucking, they'll box you. It's not fucking. You know what I'm saying? Let's fight. That fool will go fucking toe to toe on you.
That's
You know what I'm
everywhere.
saying?
I know guys in Gilroy that would probably just kill you.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right,
So
so-
like in all reality, right? So like, dude, so he's like, man, that's fucking, you know. But he totally was dismissive of it because, like, dude, it just was like, dude, we've always been strong, and like now for it to be a fucking
Now you kind of want to support us.
like, you know, like, yeah,
But
like,
I think that's more of you having too much pride in something that should not have pride. Like your city. Like I don't think I'm fucking San Jose proud. I'm fucking bred for this. Like I think.
like you don't think
as
there's
I
a
get older,
moment of like, you don't think there's a
I
moment of
think-
like, oh my God, I grew up on these streets. I gotta have a little pride.
Kind of yes and no. Yes and
You
no.
grew up in the East Side. I guess that's what it is.
South.
Oh my
When
God.
when it got
Get
super
out.
technical, when it got super technical,
Super technical.
all right, and repping the streets and shit. All right?
Yeah.
I was from the South.
The South. Okay.
Decent.
All right. So in any
but
case,
what I'm saying is, as you get, me personally,
Right.
when I'm out of the bigger picture of shit, what I'm talking about, when I said that certain people can't get at the bigger picture of
Okay.
shit. As I got older, I started to realize like to have, I'm proud of my city. Fuck, like I'm gonna get in a fight for my city. Like,
I mean, you don't have to have that fucking
no,
demeanor.
But
you know.
what I'm saying, like, well, most of like, okay, when you those
San
people,
Ho?
that person,
What you know about that?
that young
Come
blood downtown,
Yeah.
shit-faced drunk, is gonna fight for Gilroy.
No.
Well, I mean,
no.
to a point.
No, this
Most
gentleman.
people, most people.
This gentleman, and we're bringing you back up. I hope you're watching this. The fact is, this guy is a gentleman and a scholar. and I wouldn't be
Well,
affiliated with anybody that
general,
does that type
but-
of shit.
but in-
Because it's like, but the thing is, it's just one of those things where like, it's like a formality of like being from Gilroy and hanging out with people in San Jose,
Oh, I get it.
who of course think that they're the hardest shit too. Like, dude, let's not front. Like, there are so many people in the city that think like, because they're from San Jose, they have like this fucking like,
altruistic
Oh,
view
yeah.
of shit. No, but see, but that's what I'm saying. But you'll get that. You'll pretty much get that anywhere. So
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
So
you
that's
will.
my point is saying is basically
Like,
saying if you can't.
Brooklyn, you know,
Yeah,
fucking,
like, oh, dude,
Staten
Brooklyn,
Island, fucking
if you can sur-
Oakland.
if you can
you know,
survive in
fucking-
New York, you can survive anywhere.
Yeah,
and-
I'm
and-
from the fucking Tenderloin. You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
it-
Like,
'cause it
yeah,
goes into the same
I get
process.
it. You're a killer. You know.
Because it goes into okay, but right, so you get
Right.
those people, but it goes into the same pride when it goes into nationalism.
Right. Yeah, and you go back to tribalism and
No,
like,
but
you
when it
know,
goes
all that shit.
nationalism turns into like you're from that country. This is my
Nationalism.
country. No, so
Yeah,
but-
yeah,
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
Can't, so someone who just how can I say it? So because you find that okay to
Right.
see like I'm Gilroy, right? So you, like for him to be like that proud of it, that this is it. Like why are you even helping me out? We don't need your help, kind of thing.
Right, right. I think it's
Well,
because
for someone to turn around and to
Right.
say, well, I feel the same way as that dude from Gilroy. Only thing is, my thing's America and your thing's Mexico. Or
you
you're
know what he
from
felt.
Europe,
You know what it was.
or-
I think what it was is he wanted to like exemplify.
I don't
the
mean
fa-
him. I
no,
just
no,
mean
no,
people
no,
in
no, no,
general.
no, people in general.
Like-
But I think in that moment, what we wanted to, what we feel in those moments, we want to exemplify that there is always unity. There's always unity in communities that feel strongly about where they're from. And dude, there's no other people on the planet, probably, of course, I'm not going to fucking distinguish ourselves as the only people. But I think, like, there is this strong sense of, like, belonging.
Yeah,
There's this
tribalism.
strong sense of, like, exactly, right? And then there's strong sense of, like, where you grew up, where you come from, that represents who you are. Like, even, like, down to the dialect. Like, down to the fucking shit you say. Like, dude, you say hella...
Oh, from Cali. You know, you're
there-
NorCal.
You're from NorCal.
Oh, you say bad. I met some dude from Orange County when I went to Arkansas, and I met some dude from Orange County, and we're at a bar, we're talking. I'm talking about, dude, this girl was hella bad. Like, this girl was bad, bro. And he's looking at me this, that, and I'm sitting there telling the story, describing her, and she's like, dude, bro, I'm telling you, shit was bad.
And he pictured her, like, in fucking handcuffs.
Yeah, like so, and he stopped me mid action.
Not my type.
And he asked me, he goes, "Hey man, you mean bad like in good?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, bro, my bad." And see, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, yeah, dude, like,
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, in
yeah,
Northern
yeah.
California, bad
Yeah,
means good.
that means
Like,
good, right.
That means good, and we
Yeah.
say hella. It's a common.
Like, it's even greater than what we're talking about. Like, hella, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, like, dude, like,
Hella
so,
good.
so
Hella
in
bad.
in that moment, I felt like this ability to disconnect because he disconnected, and I feel like, you know what, man, like this sense of community that Gilroy does have, and we had gone through this because we had this concept of like how actually it goes down for the Gilroy Garlic Festival, right? Like we were actually brainstorming on the idea of creating like a short film of like how it goes down for the Gilroy Garlic Festival, and we had this big old plan like that we were gonna film it prior,
Yeah,
and
like
like
cost
yeah,
extra.
and then like be like releasing it the day before or the week before to be like, dude, this is the way it really goes down, right?
so.
Because this guy's giving me insight into like this culture of like Gilroy, right? And I'm like, dude, I don't know much about that culture. I'm like, I'm of course like I'm super like enthusiastic about it because it's like something I don't know, right? And of course it's our next door neighbors. So like, this was like weeks ago, right? And he's like, dude, what would be funny is that like if we really fucking like dialed in what really happens that weekend. And I'm like, well, what does fucking happen that weekend? He goes, dude, like half of the people that are from Gilroy never make it there because they're too busy getting hammered from house to house to house to house party that's actually happening on that weekend that they probably don't even get there. And like dude, they're just so busy with that community of like going from fucking one neighbor to the next door neighbors and shit like that, and it's like these
That's 'cause
funny.
it's a bigger thing than just
It's
the
a bigger
festival.
thing than just that festival. So
Yeah.
he describes it to me, and he's like, dude, you know, like at the end of the day, like he goes, like I am from Gilroy. I love garlic, but like, dude,
I love
I'm not
garlic.
fucking. I'm not there to get the fucking Gilroy fucking like garlic ice cream. I'm not fucking there like to fucking fucking get the fucking anything else. He goes, the only reason why I would even go is of course to experience the bands and fucking the culture. He goes, but dude, it's the fucking Philly cheesesteak sandwiches that they serve there.
Oh, nice,
He says
nice.
it's the fucking best you'll ever have. And I'm like, dude,
I'm about to go next year.
I'm like, oh my
Ew.
God, I'm ready for that. Like,
Put
so,
the best on.
oh my God, it's too soon, guys. It's
Too soon? Too soon?
Way too soon.
Or is it
There's a
orchestrated?
million things
I'm
that I
telling
can
you, bro. It's
just-
an orchestrated, but I think it's an orchestrated outrage.
So like, okay, all right. This got brought up today because of like, there's this miscommunication that's happening between like the law enforcement's and the coroner's office, right? The coroner, right? So I don't know, dude. This is conspiracy theory. That's what we're here to fucking talk about some conspiracy theories.
Now it goes into real late night
Yeah,
conspiracy hour.
and fucking
Ladies and gentlemen.
get your kids to bed.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Put on
before-
your fucking lingerie because it's sexy time now, dude.
Before we get
Yeah.
into this, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, little back end story, little context right here. So
Yeah.
This man right here is the one that officially got me started on the whole conspiracy theories.
Oh my gosh.
He shot me the movie one time, The Arrivals.
The Arrivals.
I
The Arrivals.
I took The Arrivals. I took that shit and I took it in like it was the Bible, and I dissected it. By 2 months, I was able to tell you what was false and what
Oh
was
my
real.
God, yeah.
And I ran with it for the next 4 years. Fucked me up.
This whole fucking life.
Fucked me up. I kicked it down.
Oh my God. And that is knowledge. It kicks down.
Fucked my head.
So, dude, okay, all right. So I'm okay. I might be wrong because this is fresh, right? So like,
Yeah, so what's up with the
a
corner?
few hours
Or-
ago, like me and like a fucking Ricky, fucking power to him right there, man. My business partner, dude, we're talking and he's like, dude, like apparently fucking, like, the first bit of news that had come out was that the cops took him down, took the shooter down, right? That's all we know. Okay. Then the coroner's like, it was a self-inflicted wound.
That's what I heard right now.
Okay. What the fuck?
Could it be the same time?
So what I'm reading right now.
That's what they said too, and I'm like, boom, boom, we'll get the fuck out.
No,
Like,
what I'm reading right now is the cops did shoot him. He was down. He was able to get one more round off, and then he shot.
Oh, that's possible.
that is possible.
That's
but
possible.
That sounds dramatic.
Why not? Because if he says if I don't kill myself right now, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm not going to jail. Pap.
I bet he doesn't say that in his
Why not?
mind, but I think it's an instinctive thing that like you're just in trouble and you're a fucking piece of shit, so you're taking yourself out.
Look, man.
I'm sorry. I just think
no.
I think all of those guys are cowards.
No. What I'm
by the way.
saying is that you don't. If, for someone to do that, you have no idea what the dude's thinking.
No idea, bro.
No idea.
Dude, not in the same fucking.
You're not even in the same dimension.
No
not in the same
fucking way I'm in
world.
that fucking frequency right there.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Fuck
a whole
that.
different. Like he's probably thinking like dogs are cats and cats are dogs. kind
Oh
of
my
shit.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
He's probably like.
Holy shit.
I'm assuming because there's a lot of people like it's weird like you could sit here and you could sit here and plan how like a bunch of shit like I hate
Right.
this person, oh man, I'll kill this person this way, this way, right?
My God.
You could have those thoughts.
Right.
But the difference is of actually doing it, of actually going through the commitment of actually.
Bro, the buying
You know
of the
what I
gun
mean?
in Nevada. Being a
Yeah.
sociopath. And that's what brings up being like, are you a sociopath or
no
a
empathy.
psychopath?
Yeah. Well, because I forgot.
What's
fuck, I was
the
just looking that shit up
psychopath
today.
is like no
One of them has no empathy for
fucking
one.
feelings. No empathy. No you're fucking Jason. You're
Yeah.
fucking you're Michael Myers. The sociopath is he gets enjoyment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? He gets
yeah.
fucking
He likes the pleasure. He gets pleasure out of it.
gets pleasure.
The other
out of
one's just doing it because it's his job.
it. Fuck.
That's that's what it is. Okay, you
No, I think it's
If you look
because
at
you're
Jason,
just.
he's killing
I
it
think
'cause it's
there's
his
no fucking there's just no connection to.
I think it's his job. That's the
Fuck.
way he's looking at it. Because you.
Oh my God! Like, dude, then fucking we're talking about like let's take it back to Hitler thinking that it was his job, but he was a sociopath because he got pleasure out of it.
Whoa! He thought it was a job because
He was
aliens.
He was a psychopath is
Aliens.
those who don't have I might
You
be.
get pleasure out of it.
It gets no. A sociopath gets pleasure. A psychopath.
Look it up, man. You got a
Wait,
computer.
who's the Joker's a psychopath, right? So of course he gets pleasure out of the fucking pain. Dude, fuck this
The
fucking
difference
little crazy
between-
stupid segment that we don't even know what a sociopath or a fucking psychopath
Fucking
really is.
idiots.
Fucking kids, bro. So look, at the end of the day, dude, like what had happened in those moments of like these people that just disconnect, like, dude, these
Psychopath, a person with
yeah.
a personality disorder manifesting itself in extreme antisocial attitudes and behavior and lack of conscience.
Conscious, right?
So that conscience is
Oh,
that empathy.
okay,
They
okay.
don't. There's no repercussion
Yeah,
for the
there's no
actions you take.
it's just it's his.
And I look
it's-
up psychopath.
You're saying you for lack of better words, you're saying it's a job, but really it's just his disconnection to
Yeah, you find nothing wrong to it.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, you find nothing
that's-
wrong. You find it normal.
right.
So therefore, it's like, oh, it's my job. This is what I do. Why are you tripping?
Yeah,
Like-
and like that's just it. Like there's just like this topic in which there is a conspiracy to it because, dude, like I believe because cops, for the most part, from what I fucking been seeing online, these motherfuckers got a fucking straight shot. Like they could litter you with fucking bullets, boom, 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 and take you down, right? And I imagine like how much strength you possibly can have by fucking laying down and be like, damn, I just did this fucking crazy stupid episode, and then
Oh, Dylan
lift,
is a
lift the gun, and shit you not. Let's put it this way: he had a fucking semi-automatic gun. How are you gonna fucking do this one and then shoot yourself?
You could do it. I shot an automatic gun.
Oh my God! Do we have to go back to Kurt Cobain?
No, but you can't do it though.
No, dude, that's it.
It's longer. The trigger is longer.
But that's where the conspiracy is with
shot an AR?
him
What
not.
did he have? What kind
He
of
got
gun do you
murdered.
have?
He got murdered, bro. Kurt Cobain got murdered, dude.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Well,
he got murdered.
Yeah.
His dude.
You know who got murdered? Was fucking Marilyn Monroe. What a fine pussy ass.
Oh,
She got
yeah.
murked, bro.
She was trouble.
She got murked by
She
the
was-
Kennedys.
She was trouble, bro. Oh shit.
She got murked by the
what's
Kennedys.
Dude, you say the Kennedys right now, bro, and like seriously, dude, like the news came out today that like
No,
not
the
John,
shooter,
not John. There's John F. Kennedy, and then there's brother
Robert Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy's
Banged both of them.
niece.
Oh.
Robert Kennedy's niece today got found OD'd. She
Oh, shit.
died.
Who?
Robert Kennedy's niece
Oh shit.
today was found dead
It's not good
at
with
a
Kennedy.
compound, at their compound, dead, overdosed. I was like, whoa, that's total.
Yeah, but what are the Kennedys doing right now?
Oh my God,
There gotta be
it's a curse. It's a
No,
curse
the
to be a
curse
Kennedy.
part, yeah.
It's a
But,
curse to be
but
a
what I'm
Kennedy.
saying is, but conspiracy though. What
Oh
is
my,
she- what
but
is she
dude,
doing,
like,
though?
I mean,
What is
right?
her bloodline like?
That could be it too.
Yeah, right.
And they're just
Like a
sacrificing them.
crazy. Yeah, because that
The
like,
blue bloods.
and then like, let's just say like that bloodline is like the direct descendant of Jesus. Like you know, like
Yeah,
somebody.
the blue bloods.
What?
Bro, I got way
Blue bloods,
deep.
dude. You probably
I got way deep in the conspiracy,
Oh
bro.
my God. And dude,
Plus, I'm thinking like fucking blue.
like I'm talking
No.
about, I'm like, are you talking
No,
about
no.
like Crips and Compton right now? Like
No, those are
what
pure,
the-
those are the
like,
pure bloods from Egypt
oh,
and Britain.
okay, fucking two fucking snake eyes. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Compton.
Got way deep.
Oh
No,
my God, that's so funny. So like, remember like how you the other, like there was a few weeks, like I don't know, probably months ago. You're like, dude, like you were the one, and I was like, like you know, fucking told me what it was, and I was like, dude, after knowing so much, you just don't want to talk about it. Like you just want to be like,
Oh no, that's why I tuned
and,
out.
and like okay, so like that's where like it's interesting. It gets interesting, right? Where fucking like somebody really close to me, right? Really, really close to me. That's like done very well for himself in terms of like getting to this. And I'm having deja vu right now by talking about it. But he's gotten ahead in life to be close to like, you know, that fucking crazy Washington shit out there, DC weird, right? And like,
See, but I don't believe that nobody gets close to it.
dude, nobody.
Nobody
It's
gets
like
close to
flying
it.
close to the sun.
You had to have that
It's
blue
like,
blood.
dude, right? And so like this, you know, this gentleman, like scholar, fucking, you know, every now and again he gets inebriated. He calls me. It's like, hey man, fucking, all this crazy shit. And then he tells me once, He's like, dude, we're in a prison planet. What side are you going to choose?
Doug Jones. If we that's what they get.
Right. And that's what
his website's called Prison Planet.
Prison Planet. I'm like, and dude, this guy has no recollection of all that bullshit. And it's like funny for him to say that because, dude, fucking true. You can't escape this planet. You can't fucking. It's a fucking ball, bro. Like, you're gonna go this way. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm going this way. Oh, fuck, I'm back. I'm back.
Everything comes back 360.
It's just what it is. So like the prison planet of like it's like, dude, be on the right side of those who will
what you're gonna
control. Like, and then like,
oh yeah, so is it on the good side or the bad side?
Oh my god, choose. Like that's what that's where I'm like, oh my god, what's important is principles, like values and like these innate abilities that we have like internally to care about somebody that should thrive, right? But yet like it's like fuck that, fuck you, and I gotta get what I need. You know, because if let's put it this way, let's say that there was no government, there was only pure anarchy, because that's just what it was. Then dude, it would not work. Of course it wouldn't. There would be no structure. There would be no fucking. There would be nothing. There would be.
I would like to have stuff and not get robbed.
Exactly, right. So of course, like, there's this ability to be like, well, tribalism comes into place, and who is really at the best advantage of dominating or having a defense?
Well, survival of
survival. And you know who it is? You know who it is?
You won't take my money, give it to the poor. 11?
It's our fucking army.
Wait.
Our fucking army.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
So, all right, and I get this from, fucking, little tidbits.
The fuck you just
little
say?
Tidbits of fucking, fucking shit I hear, fucking, of, like, mentalities.
Did you say you don't love America?
And, right, no.
Is that what I heard?
No, of course, it's, no, and that's why we're the most capable, we're the most fucking strongest, we're the strongest army on the planet, and the reason why is because we want to be on the right side of fucking rebellion,
that bad side
of overthrowing, right? So there's this army that we've always constantly fucking invested in billions and trillions a year, and
I just
dude,
listened to Mike Baker.
And you know what, dude, and that's what's interesting. Like I bring up some people that we know closely that are in the fucking, they're in the service. And like I'm always trying to like fuck with them a little bit, like, well, where do you really stand with all this fucking crazy shit, like, and I'm ready to fuck with them, but like, in all reality, I always get the truth from them, and I'm like, fuck, that is the truth. Like, who would you rather want to?
Yeah.
Who would you rather want to
have that power?
Who would you rather want to side with?
Those
who want to overthrow, who might not have all the guns, who might not have all the ammunition, or those who already fucking got it.
Well, you're playing as a pawn, though.
You're playing as a pawn.
Yeah.
And then
as a soldier part.
And then you're a soldier, yet you have all the. Yeah. So that's that soldier mentality that I was like almost intrigued about. That almost fucking like brought me to another side of like, well, fuck, like I would rather be behind a fucking M16 besides, this fucking guy who's trying to overthrow me with this little cap gun.
So they say,
and it's a little fucking crazy paradox that I can never figure out. But I love to fucking, to be honest, like, I would love to know that power comes to the people. And you know what, dude, with the cap guns, with all the fucking shit, the blood that would come with fucking overthrowing a fucking government that's enslaved us for the last fucking 200, 300 years, that they finally see their end and we make something better. But you know what, dude? It doesn't come without sacrifice. And of course, right? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I choose the easy side? Well, motherfucker, bro, you're just gonna get fucking done in, right? Like Area 51. Everybody's laughing about it because, motherfucker, you will get done in by just walking 10 feet away, 10 feet into this fucking vicinity that you're not supposed to be anywhere near. Because motherfuckers, they got the guns.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. And then that goes back to the lyrics, the fucking movies we've always watched from day one. They may have the guns, but we have the numbers.
Nice.
And with
Right.
that, we're gonna wrap it up right there, ladies
It's a
and
wrap.
gentlemen.
It's a wrap.
That
Yeah.
is a wrap. All right, man. Thanks for
Dude,
coming
thank
out.
you so much for having
Let
me,
the
man.
people know where they can find you at.
Yeah, it's
you got going?
Amplify Media. We are up and coming. We want to be the best out here, and it is a pleasure to be sitting down here with my brother, and truly somebody I admire and I fucking acknowledge as a human being who's going to make a change in everybody's life that he touches. And it gives me chills to know that, because it's just there's only so many people that you can meet in this life that make an impact in yours, and those who do, keep them close.
All right, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well said.
All right, man. Thank you very much for
Next
having
time,
me, man.
have you
Appreciate
again. Man, fuck all this shit.
Let's drink.
I always say that.